Welcome back to Arcane Eye. My name is Mike and I'm your DM for the evening. I run Arcane Eye, a site jam-packed with tips and tricks for D&D players and dungeon masters. Joining me today are Charles, Chris, Veronica, and Alex. You have to say
Hi.
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 We discussed this intro before. Good job.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Hold on, everyone.
And today we are playing Lairs of Etharis. This is our second session. We've done a session 0, and then we did a part 1 to this kind of episodic adventure that we're running. This is the Leatherhollow from Lairs of Etharis in the Grim Hollow campaign setting, a book that was recently added to D&D Beyond, and we're playing through these monster lairs as kind of an episodic level 3 to 20 adventure. But before we get started, please leave a like on this video and hit subscribe if you want more D&D content. And if you leave a comment on the video, we'll work your name into the campaign as an NPC, like you'll see happen today with a guy that commented on last week's video. The single guy. We love him, Alexander. But regarding what happened last week, so you guys arrived to the town of Sableford, a quaint village with a deadly issue. So they were noticing that livestock and people began disappearing. So your group, monster hunters hired by the enigmatic Lady Alara, showed up and began investigating. You noticed that the people walking around were wearing fine leathers compared to what people in a normal poor village would be. And after talking to your informant, who is Bramble at the Wandering Wyvern Inn, you learned that the last person to see some people go missing was a now assumed to be orphan child Aiden, who you visited. Bobby got some information out of Aiden and learned that there were kobolds behind the disappearances. But not just any kobolds, because Aiden had come down with sewer plague. So Bobby had determined that these kobolds were actually morbus kobolds, which are kobolds that harbor diseases and spread them to other people. So understanding a little bit more of what you guys were facing, you went to the tannery to investigate why everybody was wearing such intricate and nicely designed clothing. After a little bit of interrogation, you got the tanner owner, Elric Mirestone, to confess that he is in fact working with a skinweaver, which is a spider-like being that has a lot of vanity and greed around their talents for producing clothing and armor and that kind of stuff. So this tannery owner was working with this skin weaver to get the livestock's hides to the skin weaver, get them back as fine clothing, and then sell them to surrounding towns and cities for a huge profit. And because he felt guilty about stealing the townsfolk's livestock, he gave them the fineries for basically nothing. Once you had determined this, you guys hid in the last shipment to go up to the Skinweaver to try to ambush the Morbus kobolds that are working with the Skinweaver, and kind of blew it, to be honest. Alex's character Vrask tried to listen in on what was happening with the exchange and was spotted. So Bobby blew up the Morbus kobolds with a shatter, causing the tannery hands that were with you to become infected by this mysterious disease. And that's pretty much where we are now.
So, I did redeem myself by killing the last kobold before
yes,
I got away.
Yeah.
So.
Arrow in the back of the head always helps. Yeah. So you may notice that we have a slightly different roster this week than we did last week. Russ is out, and Charles and Veronica, your characters, Ferald and Valtina, had arrived to Grim Hollow, or sorry, I blanked on the name of the...
Sableford.
Sableford. maybe an hour or two ago, you were also under the employ of Lady Alara and have been instructed to investigate this issue. You were told to meet up with a band of monster hunters, but were delayed for a day, and you have arrived late. So after some investigation, you heard tell of the monster hunters heading up towards into the woods, where you caught their track and managed to follow them to this clearing. So where we left off last week is Bobby, Vrask, and Russ's nameless character were about to hide in the woods and see if they could do another ambush. But just as this is happening, Farrell and Valtina, the tracks that you have followed have led you to a clearing where you hear voices. So, tell me how you approach this situation.
Cautiously.
Cautiously. That's good.
Farrell's actually fairly confident. If he's hearing voices that, he's assuming that there's monster hunters up ahead. If I can identify what the voices sound like, are they like monstrous voices or are they like people voices?
Give me a perception check.
That's a 5.
5. Yeah, like you can tell that they are humanoid voices, but you can't hear what they're saying. So you'll have to get closer.
All right. Farrell's going to approach cautiously. He's got one hand resting on the sword on his hip.
I want both of you guys to make me stealth checks, and we'll contest it with Bobby and Vrask's perception. So you guys can go ahead and see if you perceive these guys creeping up on you.
Okay.
Can I purposely fail my stealth check?
If you would like, you can always purposefully fail.
I'm wearing chainmail. Like, I don't think I'm very stealthy right now.
I got an 11.
I got a 4.
Cool.
Farrell, what did you get?
I have to make this with disadvantage. Okay, 14 was the worst check.
Wow, well done. And Valtina?
10.
10. So you guys do surprisingly well, but Bobby, you do hear like the rustle of a bush behind you as you are discussing your next moves with your party of monster hunters. I'm wondering. Oh yeah, I was like, Chris is definitely frozen for me. Oh, now he's back.
Okay, well, I'm back. A rustle of a bush, hey. I turn around and what do I see? Other than a bush.
Turning around, you do see two relatively armed, one armed figure and one figure wearing a cloak approaching.
Can we get a description of what their two characters
Sure,
look like?
Farrell, what do you look like?
So, Farrell is got sort of long, swept back hair tied in like a ponytail that then like drops down his back. He's wearing a chainmail like vest with sort of just like a light brown cloak over it, sort of nondescript. He there's like a strap that he's got over at one shoulder that goes around on his back. Looks like it could be like a sword, like scabbard sort of holding, but there's no sword over his shoulder. Instead, there's a large sword strapped to one hip that extends out behind him, and his sort of pants are somewhat obscured by the cloak that's sort of around him. He's got a sharp, angular face and dark eyes.
And Valtina.
She is a half elf, probably dressed in like really nice clothes. Kind of almost looks like it's like a royal person and her bodyguard kind of vibe. She doesn't look all that like dangerous, I would say. But also not to be messed with.
Interesting. So yeah, you guys see that interesting party as they round the corner. They appear to have noticed you before you noticed them, but as they get closer, you recognize these people. These are monster hunters that you have received the description of from Lady Alara. You didn't know that they were going to be joining you on this skinweaver detail, but they're here now, and you're fairly certain, at least just by the description provided by Lady Alara, that these aren't foes or hostile.
Showing up late for the party, I see.
Guys got started without us.
There's always room for more.
And you see this nameless barbarian rogue who is with you is just kind of like, oh, you know what? I should probably follow those tannery hands back to the village. They're infected, and I really want to make sure that they don't spread this infection. So I'm going to take some of these tumors that they left behind, and I'm going to make sure they don't fuck anything up. And then he kind of just like bumps past you guys.
Didn't we end the... I know that we're sort of retconning to try and give Russ's character some way to go. At the end of last session, did we not stop... Didn't we do something to the effect of stopping those guys from going back to... I know we discussed killing them, but I don't think we went that far.
I think that you intimidated, like, they were freaking out. You got through to them.
Didn't we give them the...
They collected the tumors.
Stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we told them also to take it to Aiden as well.
Well, so they're going to have to go process the tumors in some capacity. They have to be dried out in sunlight and stuff like that. So that's what... Russ is going to make sure, one, that the tumors are delivered... Russ's nameless character is going to ensure that, one, they're delivered properly, two...
Let's just call him Night Shitter for
Night Shitter. Two, that these guys don't go and infect other people with their stupidity. Okay, so cool. We have the four of you in this clearing, kind of covered in gore and viscera. And then there's like one kobold at the far end with just like an arrow through his head. So I imagine that Bobby and Vrast would get you caught up on what's going on here.
I sing them a brief but detailed song about adventures thus far.
So would you like to continue through with your plan of hiding in the woods until another contingent of kobolds come out to see what the fuck's going on, or are you going to storm the castle? You let me know.
I think we should try and maybe track these kobolds back to their lair, like, because they probably left tracks from wherever they've been coming from. So maybe we can follow those tracks back to the Skinweaver lair.
Mike, you mentioned storming the castle. Maybe that was a turn of phrase, but like, what do we know? Have we found out anything about like where they are and how many of them there are?
Thus so far.
Anyone a good tracker in our group?
Not particularly.
Bunch of monster hunters, no survival. You guys can all make me survival checks if you would like.
I have survival. It's just my wisdom score is dog. So
I've rolled a 19 on survival.
Wow, there you go.
I have critically failed.
I also rolled a 19 on survival.
So yeah, you guys both go into actually, you know what? So between Valtina Ferald and Bobby, you're all like, "Oh, there are the tracks there," all at the same time.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're going off this way. This is.
So you guys have found the trail of the Morbus kobolds that have you've murdered, and you're able to follow them back to, it takes probably 10 minutes or so of walking, as long as you would like to continue following this trail.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys. So from this clearing, you find this like small, barely a path, to what eventually leads to a cave in the mountainside. You can't see inside, especially because you're probably 60 feet back from the entrance at this point. But the tracks that you have followed have led here.
Mm-hmm.
What are we thinking, gang?
I don't like caves.
I think we established last time that the kobolds are like 4 foot tall, right?
Yes. And apparently die pretty easily because you managed to make short work of them.
Does anyone have a infiltration plan that is just rushing straight in there?
We could use stealth.
I actually was planning on just kind of walking in there, but defer to your better judgment.
Why don't
Set a trap and try and lure them out, maybe.
I don't know if I have anything on me that would. I'm not sure if I have the equipment to set a trap.
What kind of monster hunter are you?
My God, I don't have any skills yet.
Yeah, but Feltina is just a noble woman who's not particularly dangerous at all.
I'm just here for the ride.
Well, let's.
We could just make a lot of noise and then hide and wait for some of them to come out and jump.
Let's. Well, you said we're about 60 feet away, so let's. A couple of us that are more sneaky. Let's sneak up and take a little peek inside. I'm all right to be one of those people.
I'll wait
Same.
back here.
Despite previous results, I think I should be okay.
I feel like Alex rolled well on everything except for stealth last session.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you'd like to approach the cave, go ahead and make me a stealth check.
All of us?
No, just the people approaching the cave.
I got a 14.
I'm approaching and I got a 19.
Okay. So yeah, you guys quickly flit out of the bushes, cover the open ground, and get your back up against the cave wall right beside the entrance. You wait for a beat or two and don't notice anybody has raised an alarm or anything.
Cool. How close are we, did you say, to the cave?
So you're cave entrance is to your right. You're kind of back up against it, SWAT style. Back up against the
so
wall.
Will it be another stealth check to peek my head around the corner and have a little look inside?
At this point, you can probably
hear
voices from inside, but to look inside, you need to make a stealth check.
All right, I guess for what are my ears telling me so far? What do I hear?
Make me a perception check.
Feeling that. That is 16.
So you hear a couple voices, more than 3, just talking in. You don't know the language of. You don't know Draconic, do you?
I don't think so.
Sometimes people have weird language proficiency, so I wanted to check.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Bobby might have like. Usually, I pick giant if I have an opportunity to pick a language. So
it's because you're overcompensating for something, right?
Undercompensating.
So you hear a multitude of voices talking. They sound cheerful, but in a voice that you don't know. Like you kind of hear like.
Well,
So cheerful in the way that like goblins are cheerful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like maliciously cheerful, I would say.
Yeah. Does it sound like what would Bobby's assessment of like the amount of voices he hears? Like, does it sound like a group of 4 or 5, or does it sound like there's like 30 of them in there just like giggling while one of them
it was like over 3, but like less than 10.
4 to 9. I will say, I turn to Rask and I say, "Sounds like there's a." I whisper to him, very very stealthily. Sounds like there's at least 4 to 9 kobolds inside.
I say, Bobby, I think I have a plan. Let's stay hidden here. And I turn and I beckon to Farreld.
Farreld's just gonna slowly walk up to where Vraskar is.
Make me a stealth check.
Yeah, like the way Farreld is stealthy is just by moving really slowly. He's not like trying to hide. He's just like, if I go slowly enough, maybe I won't make as much noise. So 3. I crit failed. I can't roll lower than that, so I'm not even going to bother rolling at disadvantage.
Perfect.
I just immediately trip over a root and just like fall flat on my face.
So you
clang, clang, clang.
You step out from the bushes that you and Valentina were hiding behind. And like don't see that there's like a loose branch near your foot, and you kick it and ka-chink, rolls across the ground and comes to a stop at the mouth of the cave. And Bobby, you hear the voices go, "What was that?" But in a draconic voice. So, what was that? And we're in bullet time now. What are you guys doing? Farreld, you're pretty sure you've been discovered. Vrask and Bobby, you're like, oh, fuck, this guy just blew it.
I'm going to back up a little bit and hide sort of behind like a boulder or something and get my short bow out.
Okay. And Bobby?
I'm going to. You said bullet time. I'm probably going to be. I guess I'll prepare. Probably prepare just a thunderclap cantrip. Like I'll just stay right where I am next to the thing, next to the cave mouth, and prepare a thunderclap cantrip for if like a bunch of them come rushing out. I'm just gonna thunderslap them in the face.
Okay. So I'm going to roll 1d6 to see how many kobolds come on out. So Farrell, as you just kind of like stop as this branch comes to a stop in front of the cave, you see 5 Morbus kobolds start peeking their head out. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to jump over to the screen share here if you guys need to. This is all in the maps on D&D Beyond's new maps tool. So Vrast, you were over by the side here. This is just the same map that we used for the last clearing encounter, but we're saying that over here is the
cave entrance.
Cave entrance. So everybody go ahead and roll me initiative.
16 for Billy.
21.
13 for Vrast.
Also 13 for Farrell. I've got 14 dexterity. How about you, Vrask?
I have 17 dexterity.
You go ahead of me then.
Look at you guys knowing your shit.
So, a couple of these Morbus kobolds are going to go before you guys. So, 1, 2, 3 run out ahead of the crowd. Billy, you can pop your thunderclap now if you would like, because you did say you prepared a reaction.
Oh, I'm slightly too low on the camera to see that, but I thunderclap at them.
Okay. What do they have to do?
I'm just figuring it out. I never used this. Con save, please.
Okay. 2 fails and a pass, just based on their rolls. Yeah, 19, 5, 9.
Yes, that is. You are correct. We will. So there. Oh shit! It's only 1d6 at this level. I forgot how shit I am right now. Still, these guys suck. So. There's a 5. So it's 5 to 2 of them and 2 to 1 of them in whatever that be. I guess thunder damage.
Cool.
Obviously. Take that.
So
yeah, I guess that's just that. Is that just a reaction?
Yeah. So
like
that,
as far as this time goes.
That is a reaction. So one thing though is that this thunderclap can be heard up to 100 feet away. So boom. You feel like dust trickle down from the cave entrance.
Yeah.
As these kobolds stagger as they get hit with this blast of thunder. This might have consequences for who else comes out of this cave mouth, but we'll continue on from here. Morbus kobold number 1 is going to run up to Farrell, and he is going to make a dagger attack on you.
All right, then.
7 to miss. Morbus kobold number 2, seeing as they're both 2 and 3 right beside Billy, 2 dagger attacks on you. A 10 and a 4. These guys suck. So yeah, you are now engaged with a couple of these kobolds. Bobby, it is your turn. You have your full action and everything.
Yeah. Sounds good. For these guys, I just have to be mindful of spell slots because I'm not gonna likely long rest between now and fighting the big bad. I will. That seems I think I will Dissonant Whispers. It's level 1 Dissonant Whispers. I don't know, out of the 2 guys that are in melee with me, probably if one of them took full damage and one took half damage on my last attack, then whichever one took full damage, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead. Wisdom save, I think.
Wisdom save.
He got a 2.
Good. That is 11 psychic damage. He also, if that doesn't kill him, he needs to fuck off.
He is super dead. Nose and eyes starts bleeding. He grabs his head. Dead.
Cool. And then, with what's left of my turn, I use a bonus action to bardically inspire Vrast. I do give a little blow on my flute, and then and I say, Vrast, you have the fastest finger of the fastest finger, and you. I think it's just the D6 for where I'm at currently as a bard.
Yeah,
that's my attack roll. Yeah.
It's a D6. You can ability check, attack roll, or saving throw can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Cool. And then we're going to go back up to Valtina, because I didn't see that you rolled so good on an initiative. You got a 21, so you can go now.
Skipped me? It's okay, I was figuring out my spells.
Yeah, you didn't have anything to do.
I didn't. I guess I'll move forward. Like in the bush. And I'm going to cast Firebolt.
On whom?
On the one straight ahead.
Cool. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Barrel.
Roll, spell attack.
$24.
This guy is probably going to get hurt pretty badly. Go ahead and roll your damage.
8.
Yep. You toast this kobold.
Sweet.
He is gone.
They're so squishy.
Yeah, it's nice fighting CR 1/8.
Oh, it's time for product placement. I'm eating candy made of these guys.
They're so squishy.
It's good choice of words. Good timing.
Okay, that was back up to Valtina. So one of these kobolds is going to move up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seeing he's just out of range, he's going to take a sling at, we'll say, Ferold. God, 8 to hit, miss.
Just plinks off of my armor.
Yeah, just like a pebble, like dink. It's like I kind of feel
I
bad
just
for...
look down at it and just look at the kobold and sort of shake my head.
Yeah, these guys have so far been as good at attacking as they have been defending, which is nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another sling coming at you. 14 to hit.
That still does not hit.
Bing.
Wow.
But it's a bit of a bigger bing. It's like a dong.
Yeah.
And then
Comes off your head.
And then this last one is gonna go after Ferold. So Ferold, this is your turn.
Alrighty.
Isn't it my turn first?
Oh, it is.
Oh
the
yeah,
brass
you
goes before
guys
me
are both
'cause
at 13, but yeah. Okay,
he's
Vrast.
higher
Mike,
dex.
do you even have an initiative order, Mike? What's going on?
I do, but it's like Ferold, Kobold, Vrast, so it's hard to. I don't make the rules.
So I'm going to take a shot at the kobold who is currently fighting with Billy.
Cool.
With my short
Bobby.
bow.
You're
sorry.
you're firing from hidden, so you can go ahead and make that attack with advantage and do
Whoa.
sneak attack if you.
Sneaking.
I crit with advantage.
You can roll dice to see how much damage you're gonna do here.
How
This
much she
thing's
dies.
definitely fucking
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
That is 10 plus sneak attack damage is another 9, so that's 19. 19 damage.
Yeah, you overkilled him by about 10 damage.
Perhaps your
No, even
arrow
more.
goes through.
About 12.
Your arrow goes through the neck and decapitates him. I feel like something epic would have to happen.
And then the blood sprays
Yeah.
into your mouth and you become infected. Perfect.
Yeah.
No,
As
I'm wearing
as long as we're
I'm
just
wearing
making
an
it like,
M25 or whatever.
Feral,
and
it's your go.
N94.
Yeah, there.
Ferold is just going to take
Oh,
like
sorry. I'm going to take a bonus action hide after that.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
15.
That'll do it.
Oh. They're just like,
now
where did he go?
Yeah. Must have been the wind.
Okay. I can't seem to get into the D&D Beyond map thing, but that's okay. I
Oh,
can see it on the Zoom. I think
It's because you haven't
so it's
joined
fine.
our campaign yet. So
I thought I
I'll send
did.
that to you to do after your turn.
No, I'm in the campaign.
Oh.
I tried to hit launch game. It threw an error. It's all good. Anyways, Ferald's gonna like step
Are
up.
you saying there was an error from D&D Beyond? I just want to make sure.
No,
'Cause...
I'm definitely
This
not.
map tool is in alpha. This map tool is in alpha. There's going to be issues.
So Ferald's gonna step up towards the closest kobold, and just with one motion, like from still like sheathed sword, he's just gonna like unsheath and just like strike across and try and basically decapitate this kobold. So I'm gonna
Like a samurai.
maybe something like that. Yeah, who knows? That's a 22 to hit.
That is, that's going to hit.
Ooh, I only do 7 damage though.
Okay. 7 damage is actually not going to do it. So this guy is still barely alive.
Flick him.
Yeah, you cut into a tumor. It's not like intestines spilling out. You're just kind of like, what the fuck is in here? So then this last kobold in the initiative is going to run up, and then just as he is outside of Bobby's range, he's going to grab this it's a bloody black, yellow, just disgusting looking bag. And then he's going to wind up and just throw it at you, Billy.
Bobby.
Sorry, Bobby.
Unless he's throwing it at someone else called Billy.
So I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. He's not making a ranged attack at me. It's just a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Then I will get a 14.
14 does it. You dance out of the way as this thing kind of like splats at your feet. He was kind of trying to throw it at the wall next to you to like make it burst and get into your mouth, but you managed to dodge out of the way a little bit, and you are not subject to infection. We're back up to the top of the initiative with Valtina.
Cool. I'm gonna creep a little bit more forward. And I'm gonna use I'm gonna do I'm just gonna do a firebolt again.
Cool. Old Faithful. Go ahead and make me a spell attack roll.
8.
An 8 is going to miss. Firebolt shoots off into the sky. Anything else on your turn, Val?
No.
Okay. Then we have this one kobold here who's gone up to Ferald, is going to make a attack with his dagger. That's a 15 to hit.
Misses.
God damn it. Okay.
Ooh, that chainmail.
Then Bobby,
Might have given you away, but now it's coming in clutch.
Bobby, your go.
Oh. Bobby looks at the mob as kobold, but through the weird pupusy thing out of the gross bag at him. That's quite enough of that, thank you. And I do another first level dissonant whispers, but at this guy this time.
Okay, wisdom
So
save is a 12.
Okay, so he's gonna fail. He's gonna take all 3 of my dicks, which add up to 14 this time. It's just gonna take 14 psychic damage, and if he doesn't die, he's going to turn around and run away like a bitch.
He definitely does die. And
Good.
as he dies, he's just like, "Filth Grazer, I tried to spread the infection for you." And dies with like,
What did he say?
blood.
Silk Grazer?
Filth Grazer.
Filth Grazer. Wow, that's cool.
So that guy is definitely dead. And
Okay. And then actually no, I don't think I'm gonna take a bonus action, and yeah, I'm gonna just move. I'll just strategically move away from this cave because I don't know what else might come out of it, and just move myself to like here, just so these guys would still have to. Anyway, yeah, you don't need some of that.
cool. Second guy who's right up in Farrell's face is going to get out this bag and just try to smush it into your face. So give me a Constitution saving throw.
Damn it. Okay.
So aggressive.
Mike really wants someone to get poisoned.
15.
He's doing his best to poison us.
Yeah, you like grab his tiny little arm and just like hold it away from you as he's like, for the Filth Grazer. So that was his turn. Vrast, it's your go.
Cool. I am going to shoot the kobold that is currently trying to shove the gross bag in Farrell's face.
Go for it with advantage because you're hidden.
It's a 20.
That's yep.
Non-natural.
That'll do it.
This is good damage. That is 16 damage.
Whew. Yeah, just arrow doing back of the head. This guy's hand that's trying to press this gore bag into your face just goes limp. He doesn't even have time to praise the Filth Grazer as he dies.
And I hide again.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
7.
Okay, so yeah, you see the last remaining Morbus kobold's like, I still see you. I still see you over there.
I think you'll still have sneak attack if he stays in melee with.
It's
Farrell.
true, but he won't have advantage on his attack. Farrell, your go.
You think you can afford to take your eyes off of me? Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does hit.
Oh, thank
You're
goodness. He
lucky.
dies.
You can't threaten something and then whiff.
12 damage.
Cool. You do behead this thing.
Yes, second strike. I behead it, and then
Cool.
like whip the blood off of my blade and then resheath it.
You might not want to resheath it because you guys are all able to hear more pattering feet coming from inside the cave, running to the mouth of the cave. You guys have 1 round to prepare for this because you managed to kill these guys in such good time. How would you like to do so?
What's Billy's perception of the amount of pattering feet?
I was
Make me a
also
perception
gonna.
check.
Farrell would also like to make a perception
Yeah,
check for that
I'll
same
do
thing.
one as well.
Cool.
That's good because I got a
Sure.
6.
I got a 16.
I got a 4.
18.
Val and Farrell, you kind of pause for a moment and determine that there'd be, about 8.
Okay, with that many coming, Farrell is going to reach over to his back and pull out about 4 foot-long metal sort of poles and fit them together and then fit them onto the haft of his sword, and it's now a glaive.
Oh shit!
I'm imagining the Phantom Menace Darth Maul music playing as you're doing that.
It just takes him like half an hour.
Yeah, the entire duration of Duel of the Fates.
How do you do this again?
It's like a USB. They always go in the wrong way.
So I will probably use my what would be how much? I'm pretty sure I can move 30 feet. Yeah, so 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so Billy will use his movement to go in here. I think I'm going to use an action to hide, so I can. I like the idea of surprise, motherfucker, to these guys as they come charging out.
Cool. Farrell, are you just standing before the tide here, or are you gonna hide as well?
Yeah, I'm just like standing, like holding like the glaive like up beside me.
And you're like, I thought everybody else was gonna be doing this too. Oh shit.
They have to have a target, right?
Okay, Val.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide.
Okay, you three make me stealth checks. I'm gonna say with advantage because Farrell is being a very good distraction here.
Wait, all right, I got 23, so I'm safe.
Cool.
I have 14.
Okay.
I got a 9, even with advantage.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about advantage. I got 14.
Your rogue's not very good at rogan.
I know, I crit failed on the first roll, and then I got a 4 on the second one. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Hey, do either of the casters have a thaumaturgy? Could you just like kick up a little wind around the foot of my robes real quick here? Just like
I
Just
think
for
you only
effect.
have. Oh no, you have 2 casters, right?
I might cast a spell that causes some wind after it's been cast.
Okay, so
Wait.
I'm not going to make anyone fart themselves to death or anything.
I can cast dancing lights around you using my drow magic. And I do.
All
So
right.
you're circled by glowing lights.
yeah, Farrell is heroically encircled by glowing lights as 8 Morbus kobolds come streaming out of the cave mouth, just saying, "For the filth grazer!" All holding like the gore bags or daggers and such. So we're going to wait. So it was I've fucked up this initiative. 13.
Oh, can I prepare an action to shoot the first one that comes out of the cave?
Seeing as all you did was move, well, you move. So everybody had about 6 seconds, which is 1 round. So you moved and then you hid, and you can hide as a bonus action. So you can actually prepare a reaction to shoot at somebody. Nobody else can.
Well, why can nobody else?
Because he has cunning action, which allows him to hide as a bonus action.
Oh, so hiding for me was an action, but I still have a bonus action left?
Yes, as people are streaming out of the cave, you can do a bonus action if you'd like.
Okay, I'll say my bonus action will be, I think I already bardically inspired Rast, so I will also, I think I can, I will also bardically inspire Farrell as he is being very brave.
Now,
so you have a +6 to use, isn't it?
Can I use that as many
That's
times
good.
as I want, or can I only use it the one
It's
time?
once.
one and done.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
What I normally do is, like, if you have multiple, I guess you're using digital dice. What I normally do with dice is, like, I would take, like, a d6 and put it to, like, one side, and then I know I can, like, just use that.
Yeah.
One day we'll play in person again. One day.
One day.
That'll be an
One day.
effective trait. Okay, so to lead off this round of initiative, one of these particularly, vigilant Morbus kobolds comes streaming out of the cave and charges up. 1,
Hey.
2, 3.
Wait,
4.
I shoot him.
Okay.
I
Cool.
get a 20.
Oh, you got a 20.
Non-natural.
Okay, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. We'll say that he didn't see you yet, but you.
That's a 16.
Cool. You just
16.
put this guy down as he's running out, like. So
Headshot.
Frast, you have revealed your position. Farrell, you're out in the open. Valtina and Bobby are still hidden. Okay. So then that was this guy's turn. He died. Valtina, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Rain fire.
I bet you wish you had fireball at this point.
You know. I don't know why I hid when I'm so much better not hiding.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, casting spells from hiding is going to get you advantage, and then you can't be attacked, so it's never a bad thing.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna cast. What is it? Burning Hands.
So Burning Hands, you would have to move up because it can only be 15 feet. So you would have to be like this
15
close.
feet? This close?
Probably
close.
like this close
This
to even
close?
catch like 2 guys in it. You'd have to like run right up and blast them if you wanted
This
to.
close?
Yeah, that kind of close. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you were standing right here, you'd be able to hit like almost all these guys, and that's a bit more movement than you have. But I'm gonna say this is such an epically either succeed wildly or get fucking murdered attempt. You could run up to here, and try this. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see my ruler, but I'm pointing there.
Cool.
So are you
I'll
going to
try.
run right up here and cast Burning Hands?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. So these guys are all going to make dexterity saving throws. I'm going to say that you can catch 6 of these guys in it. And they have a +2 to dex. So let's see how this goes. 2 15s and a 7. So what's your DC?
13.
Okay, so 2 people pass, 1 fail. 2 more people pass, 1 person fails. So go ahead and roll your 3d6, I think it is. Depending on the level. What level are you casting it at?
True. I cast it at 1 because I forgot about levels.
You can cast it at a 2nd level now.
I'll do second.
Okay.
I'll do second.
So
Okay.
go ahead and roll your
13.
4. Okay, 13. So
13.
you're going to toast 2 of these guys. And the others are going to be quite hurt by this.
And then I run.
Move. Yeah. No, baby, you're right up there. That is where you get to stay.
Oh my god. That's not 15 feet.
What the hell?
To hit 7 people with that, you needed to be standing right there.
That's all good. I got something for that.
Got something for everything. Okay. Billy. Sorry, Bobby.
That's gonna be a common mistake, I
Yeah.
think.
He's
Seeing
even
the
using
massive
Billy's
dent,
old thumbnail. It's just so confusing.
Yeah, that's okay. They are twins. So 2, 4, 6. So I step out to here, and then I'm gonna unleash a shatter. I don't know how to drop a pin marker on here.
So
I don't know.
on the left side of the menu,
a
you
little
should
target.
see point. Yeah.
So I'll drop it around. I don't know if that comes through for everyone. But
Yeah. So then 10-foot
Around
radius
there.
from there. It's 10 foot, right?
The idea is it's gonna hit everyone except for Valentine.
Yep. Okay. That'll do that. So is it a con or dex?
Excuse me.
I'm
Tom.
pretty sure.
Okay. 2 of them are gonna pass. 1 fails. That guy fails, and that guy fails. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Cool. Some good shit right there. That is a 20 thunder damage.
Doesn't matter if they pass or fail. They all just get fucking exploded, like turned to vapor.
Wow.
Val.
Valentina just gets splattered, doesn't she?
Yes. So
Oh, shit.
last session we ruled
She's
that
in the splash zone right now.
yeah, killing these guys with like thunder damage. Like these guys are like diseased. They're being like held together by like scraps of skin. So a thunder wave or a shatter causes them to explode outward, and the first
Oh my
two
God.
rows are getting wet here. So Val, make me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage to see if you are infected.
Oh no.
Oh no.
17. 8.
Ooh. So yeah, like you're like spitting pieces of these diseased kobold out of your mouth and like clearing them out of your eyes, you just have that gut feeling that you have been subject to a disease.
Some
And
guts.
You're like, I think I'm coming down with something. I
Yeah.
it feels
no shit. Okay, and yeah, we'll see what happens with that. It's funny because
we know of a cure.
yes, there is a cure, but it's funny because the last session of our Dragonlance campaign, before we did anything else, Val or VJ, your character got like infected with this like burrowing parasite, and we just kind of never resolved it. We stopped playing after that. So
Really?
we're just starting right back up where you have some kind of mysterious disease.
Damn.
Okay, so these kobolds are very much dealt with. They're in pieces. And as you guys kind of like take a break or take a beat to listen in, Farrell's holding his glaive very menacingly.
Yeah, I'm still just standing there with the dancing lights going around me like, what's happening?
You don't hear anything else coming from inside the cave.
Except my retching.
Yeah.
Trying to pump my stomach.
So we're out of initiative.
You are out of initiative, and it seems like you're out of Morbus kobolds as well, because shatter can be heard from 300 feet away, let alone thunderclaps 100 feet. So you're like, yeah, there's nothing else in that cave.
Shall we head into the cave and see? Seems like nothing else is coming out right now. Maybe something's hiding from us in there.
Yeah,
I'm up for that.
let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are standing outside of the cave, and as you step in, just gotta clear out these kobolds you've murdered before I reveal the map. Solid genocide, you guys. That was great.
Mm.
You know, Morbus kobolds are known for their peaceful ways.
Didn't seem very peaceful.
You invaded their home.
Oh, this is cool.
Mm.
So, as you step into the cave, you see that the cave opens to vaulted ceilings. A large cooking fire burns brightly in the center of the space, and two openings lead deeper into the cave systems to the northeast.
You missed a few spots, and it's going to bother me so much, but it's
Uh,
fine.
I was like, that's probably fine, but I guess not. There you go.
That's not good enough.
It's a skylight.
Okay. So you said the doorway's off to the north and east?
Yeah.
Don't like the smell of the left-hand way.
To be
What's,
honest, everything in here probably smells fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it intentional that there's kind of like a waft kind of going through the room, or is that just weird lighting? Or
I
is
think
there
that's
like
smoke from the cook fires.
Right. Okay. And is there like a big bug type thing in the table in the middle there? Is that intentional?
There does look like there's a spider sitting there. I think that might be roasting over a cooking fire.
Yummy.
Yum.
Okay. Well, I guess go inside and just check. You know, is it clear?
Yeah. So
Secret.
this room appears to be clear, and so like the hallways to the other rooms are quite short. But we're gonna say that you're gonna have to like actively, move into the next room to be able to see there. So yeah.
Intrigued by what's off down here. I take a little peek.
Yeah, let's check the right-hand way first.
Okay. So, it's funny that you said that you like the smell of this way better, because this chamber reeks of rotting waste. A large depression in the center buzzes and rises with the sounds of movement of thousands of insects feasting on assembled dung and trash. 4 crude wooden cages are arrayed on the far side. 3 tunnels and an opening lay beyond.
Okay.
The big reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for me to read the description and reveal the map at the same time, so you're just gonna have to listen with your eyes.
No. Oh, it's sheep. Why do those sheep look so evil?
Sometimes sheep are evil.
Are the sheep, the 2 sheep in the commoner, are they dead, or are they in cages? Or
they're in cages. All of them are kind of lying down, so you'll have to go up and investigate them if you would like.
Okay. And then you said, like, it looks like there's like a big tunnel thing in the middle there.
Yes.
Did I hear you say something about 3 tunnels, or did I mention that?
Yes. So there's 3 tunnels, 1 or 2 in the north, 1 towards the south.
And 1 that goes straight down.
Yes, if you'd like to. I've done that a lot in Baldur's Gate 3, where I've just like jumped down a tunnel and then died.
Just to see what. Oh, this must take me somewhere.
Because like I had Featherfall, but like it like cut the scene, and then Gale just plummeted to his death.
Yeah, Gale, whatever. Gale.
That's what you get for playing as Gale.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm curious about the caged people. Sheeple.
So you approach and you see that these they're in like crude wooden cages. They look pretty rudimentary. They're by no means like secure devices for somebody on the outside that could just easily smash one in. But the sheep and the person who are lying in these cages do not look like they're in good shape. They are breathing, however.
Breathing?
Breathing.
Breathing.
And freezing.
And freezing.
Should we try and save this guy, this chap here?
No, what about the sheep? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, fine, we can let the sheep out too.
So Varas, as you approach the wooden cage, the person, the humanoid inside, stirs, and you can see it's actually a woman just under a layer of filth. And she looks up at you with like sunken eyes. She looks horribly sick, very pale. But you do notice that she has the same eyes as the sick little boy that you talked to yesterday. And she kind of like reaches out an emaciated hand through the bars and is just like, please, they have Xander back there.
Oh, which way does she point?
She points down the hallway, the southern hallway, the southeastern hallway.
Okay. I say we're gonna get you out of here. You'll be reunited with your son, and we'll cure this terrible disease. But I'm like putting my shirt up like over my nose like this
and she
while
says,
I'm saying it.
Thank you, and then falls into unconsciousness.
I'm going to unlock her cage.
Okay.
Using my thieves' tools.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity check. And if you're proficient with thieves' tools, then you can add your proficiency bonus to this.
It's a 10.
Yeah, you fumble with the lock for a bit, but cannot get it open.
Can I take 10 here?
I'm going to say that the check was failed, and you are unable to open it with this particular method. If somebody else would like to try thieves' tools, or you can try other methods of opening this cage.
I bet we'll find a key if we just crack on.
Yes, I suppose.
Vrass is embarrassed.
She's passed out for the time being. She'll be fine.
She didn't see it. Don't worry. She's like, wow, you're such a bad rogue.
Just keep rolling fucking 1s and 2s and 3s on all my checks.
Okay, so are you cracking on down this southeastern passageway?
What
do you guys think?
Yes, the direction that she said that Alexander was in.
Yeah,
what she said.
Okay.
Can I just take a look down the pit and see if I can spot anything down there?
Yeah, make me a perception check.
That's an 11.
It's a dark pit.
Cool.
Do you try? Can we try saying "Hodor" down it?
You hear a voice echo back, "You're an idiot." if anybody got that Grinch reference.
Okay.
Yeah, let's crack on.
Cool. So, you guys make your way down this next passageway, and before you get to the next cave opening, you can see that this next cave is expansive and is obscured by omnipresent webbing. Walls, ceilings, and floor are all coated in tendrils of pale web. Large cocoons, some intact and some ripped open, hint at the hungry nature of the cavern's inhabitants.
I think as we head into these more narrow passageways, Farrell is going to disassemble his glaive, and it will go back to being a great sword.
He's like, I didn't even get to use this. Just like grumbling.
Yeah, like, all right.
So I'll reveal what this cave looks like.
Should we go a little stealthy into this next cave? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
If you want to figure out what's happening up there without being spotted, I can stay back until you've done your sneaking.
So
No, you go first. That's fine. Yeah.
I just don't want to be seen.
One thing that we would probably I guess that Bobby and Vrask would, and I think that we would just be sharing this with Farrell, I guess, as a newer character with. I'm sure in our first session that when we ID'd the skinweaver, that was like part of a special like trait that we have.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Grimoire.
So we understood like kind of what it is. So like I think figuring out what we figured out last time would be that like going through a tight tunnel with all the cobwebs would mean like our characters would know like, oh, like this is the skinweaver because we've identified it as like that weird kind of like spider humanoid thing.
Yes.
Lair.
Yeah. So we would kind of like know what we're getting into. We suspect it's just one skinweaver. Its minions were the Carbolds.
That is correct.
We killed them. Well,
as far as you know,
I'll sneak in first. How about that?
Cool. Go ahead and make me a perception check as you begin to venture into this chamber.
That is a 3.
That is a
Jesus
3.
fucking Christ. I'm going to start using real dice.
So as you start to brush aside this curtain of webs in front of you, you feel tiny little shocks of lightning as you also see that this web is covered in tiny little spiders with lightning crackling off of them. And you're going to be surprised by this Spythranar web of spiders. So we are just going to... Sorry, I'm just going to set up that initiative really quickly.
I think anybody would be surprised by that, to be honest.
Spythranar web.
Yeah, that's not what you expect to happen.
Yeah, lightning spiders.
No.
What? Okay, so this thing got the drop on you. And that means that you are going to... I'm actually not sure what this thing is. It's a Spythranar web. But it's like, is this a living web? Or is this like an actual creature? Ghostfire Gaming, let me know. I think that this is like a living web that the Spythranars have spun. So this is actually going to try to crush you instead of full of spiders that try to bite you. And in the surprise round, you are, let's see. There's an 11 hit.
No.
Okay, so this thing, like this web seems to swing of its own accord, trying to crush you into the side of the wall and adhere to you. But your quick reflexes allow you to dodge back. And now I'm going to need everybody to roll me initiative.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a dirty 20 from Farrell.
Whoa.
That is an 8 from Brast as well.
And Bobby?
12 for me.
Okay. So, Farrell, it is your turn. We'll say that you guys have all like followed along behind Vrast, and just to get things moving, like you can squeeze by an ally in these tight corners. So, what you are fighting here is kind of this web, like right here.
Okay.
But for the sake of putting a face to a name, we can also bring this guy out.
Is the web currently wrapped around Rast, though?
No, it's not. It tried to, but he dodged out of the way.
Cool.
All right. So Farrell, I think, is if it's possible, would like to like move through towards like the other side of the web, like move past Vrast, or is this web like obscuring that part of the passageway?
I'm gonna say to get through it, you will need to make a dexterity or strength saving throw.
Okay. Farrell is gonna try and push through and make a strength saving throw
Go ahead.
to get through. Oh, good. That's a 7.
Okay, so you are you have been adhered to this web. You are grappled by it, so your speed is 0, and
Disadvantage on attacks.
no, not disadvantage on attacks. That's only if you're
okay.
restrained.
Okay. Well, then
but
I'm gonna try and swing my sword at the web.
yeah,
Getting
so
stuck in here.
so you can still attack this web, but your speed is now just dropped to 0, and for an action, you can try to disentangle yourself, or you can just attack this thing up and down normally.
I think I'm gonna go with the attack.
Cool.
So that's a 9 to hit.
That's going to miss.
Okay, so Farrell's having a bad time with this web.
Just
here.
trying his best to fight this web. This web is going to try to swing into Vrast again and give him a lightning surge. So that is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And Farrell, you also take this damage. That is 5 lightning damage.
All right.
Okay, Bobby, your turn. You see your two friends are fighting a spider web that is like glowing blue and electric.
Yeah. But this now it is wrapped around Farrell.
Yes.
Right. But it is something that I can just like attack, but like I guess is there a problem with that now that it's around him? I guess it would have to be like a certain spell.
Yeah, if like your AoE is going to like hit them, then yeah, it would be a bad idea.
Yeah. What about if like say if I was like to hypothetically if I was gonna like throw a dagger or fire an arrow at it or something?
Yeah, you can do that. Like this thing is large enough that you can hit areas of it that Farrell isn't tied up in.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, it's hard to say what's the best thing to do. Let's go. I probably am just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna, I've kind of just tuck my flute in my pocket and whip out my light crossbow and I fire it at the web.
Cool.
Assuming a crossbow bolt is the best way to kill a spider web.
Definitely.
Who knows?
So it's going to be a 13.
That is going to hit.
I assumed the AC on a spider web would not be good.
It may or may not be 13. Who knows?
So it's going to be 7 piercing damage, I guess.
So, yeah, your bolt kind of like rips through the spider web and doesn't seem to do much. You imagine that, piercing and bludgeoning probably wouldn't be as effective against this thing as something like slashing would. VJ, it is your or Bobby, are you doing anything else on your turn?
I use my bonus action to pull out a match and flick it at the spider's web.
Hey, might be a good idea. Valentina, it's your go.
Yeah, so speaking of throwing matches.
Farrell's like, wait.
I'm gonna use burning hand.
Oh my god.
Okay, so these guys are stuck in a web.
Yeah, and the web seems to be kind of like animating on its own, tangling up Farrell. Vrast is fighting it. There are certain portions of the web that you can see that your compatriots aren't in, so you can get an attack off without them getting in the way.
So can I launch a firebolt at the web?
You certainly can.
At the part that's not touching anybody?
Yeah, go for it. Make me an attack roll.
Okay. 23.
That is certainly going to hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
2.
So this firebolt, you think you have the perfect spot, and then Billy's bolt like rips a hole in the spider web, and your firebolt kind of like goes through that hole, so it doesn't catch entirely, but the area around where your firebolt went through starts to singe and burn away, and you would imagine that this web is vulnerable to fire.
Amazing. More fire.
Took double damage from that firebolt. Vrast, it is your go.
I'm gonna whip out my rapier and slash at the web, and I'm assuming I get a sneak attack because Farrell is entangled in it.
Yes.
I think a rapier is piercing damage, though.
I'm doing something. Slime
Yeah,
like,
I
stuck
don't
in
have
the
an-
web. Like,
Oh, I don't have another. Actually, maybe I do have daggers. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is piercing. Can I no, daggers are also piercing. Well,
I'll say
Maybe
dagger.
can
like,
you slash if you describe the motion of slashing?
Yeah, you know what?
I'll
I'll say that with daggers, you can deal slashing with this. Rapier, you can't. So if you want to dual wield daggers, you can.
okay, I'm gonna dual wield my daggers.
Cool. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
So that is 16 to hit.
First one hits, and then your second one, you don't add. Okay, well, we'll have to see if you hit. So 7
it's-
damage plus your sneak attack.
Oh no, sorry, that was the second one to hit.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, second one definitely missed. So go ahead and roll your damage.
4 plus 5, so that's 9 sneak attack damage with. the first
Okay,
dagger.
you guys are working your way through this web. Farrell, it is your go. You are still grappled by this thing.
I think I could reach my sword now. And the Ferald's gonna grab his sword and he's gonna try and take another swing at this.
Yeah, you managed to cut a hand loose.
Okay, that's a 16 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. Now I've got great weapon fighting, so I can re-roll this one.
Okay.
So it's 5 and 3 and sure. And then another 3. So that's 11 damage.
Okay. You do a good chunk slashing into this web, but now it is going to try to crush Vrast. So that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You don't take the lightning damage on this one, Farrell, but
Okay.
you are grappled by the web. Sorry, Vrast, you are grappled by the web, and then you take 8 bludgeoning damage. And you are, in fact, restrained while grappled in this way.
Oh no.
Bobby, your turn. So it looks like the web has finally managed to get Vrast roped up, and Farrell is in there as well.
Well, so I've spent like the last 5 or 6 seconds kind of rummaging through my pack, and yeah, in there I couldn't find anything that specifically said that I had a set of matches or anything like that. But I do have a candle.
Okay.
As
I'll say
part of my
lighting a
kit.
candle and chucking it would be like 1d4 of fire damage.
Yeah. So yeah, I pull a candle out and I light it and I look at the web and I think fuck it. So I just kind of toss it.
Okay, make me a
and
ranged
it's
attack.
Direction. So that's a 15 plus whatever my ranged attack is. I'm sure that hits.
That'll hit. Roll me a d4.
You said a D10?
Yeah, d12.
2d20, I think. Is actually...
Yeah.
Most powerful attack in D&D.
Is there ever an instance where you roll a D20 for damage? in
No,
D&D?
I actually can't think of one.
Oh, it's a shame.
That'd be a lot
that's
of
literally
variance.
a special level 20 spell. But yeah, that's true. You could still roll a 1, as with all dice. But so I rolled a 3, but
So
plus
that's gonna
7.
be
That's
6. That'll be 6 damage as you like go up to this thing and like start holding a candle on that.
No, it was a ranged attack.
Right, yeah, you chuck it. Okay, Val, it is your turn. This is up to you. You seem to be the only person with consistent access to fire damage, so go ahead and make me another attack. Otherwise, Harold and Vrast are fucking dead.
I could heat metal it if it was wearing armor, but
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna firebolt again.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
you use ice knife on it.
18.
That's gonna hit. Roll damage.
Oh, it's vulnerable to fire. Okay, I use lightning lure. Yeah.
10.
Oh, you got a 10? Fuck yeah. So you
Wow.
as
Big hog.
Billy chucks this candle and it fucking dinks off.
It's like-
You take a second to aim, making sure you're not going to hit Vrast or fail. Boof, let out this firebolt. It sails through the air, hits dead center on this web, and just turns it into ash.
Oh.
So we're gonna have a tough time with the skinweaver if that cobweb was anything to go by.
It's things like this that make me not like caves. This is why I don't like
Yeah.
caves.
I'm just like, guys, I'm not going first anymore.
Cool. So all right. So that cobweb doesn't exist anymore. Does anything happen after that? Is there a pissed off skinweaver, or is it still just an empty cave?
It is still just an empty cave.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll kind of join the gang and bust on.
So, as you're walking around, Skidweaver jumps out. No.
Another cobweb.
Yeah, God damn it. So the area in here is like tacky, just covered in webs. So everything is difficult terrain. So moving through this chamber is hard and also gross because you're like wading through spider webs. But you see that
So is that half speed? Like
Yeah,
if we're in
yeah.
turn-based mode?
half speed. So then there is a chamber off that way, and then a chamber off that way.
I feel like we should check the right hand one.
I'm gonna go with. Yeah, the right one. The left seems to just probably go back to where we came from.
The right looks better lit.
It's true.
True.
Yeah, you do catch
Right.
a flickering torches coming from the right side. So as you guys make your way down the right side tunnel, you go in, you kind of like brush past a couple spider webs, and then you start hitting like leather strips hanging down from the ceiling that are also like mixed in with webbing. You're kind of like, they're like crisscrossing with these patches of leather, and it's making it hard to see more than a few feet in front of you.
Is the leather like a pinkish, like a
Make me
a human
an
pig
investigation
sort of
check.
color?
Is it like really long strips of leather? Like we talking?
Not sure what my investigator skills are. Let's say 0. So that's a 12.
Yeah, you can determine that the leather in front of you is in fact human skin. So tell me how you guys are making your way down this tunnel, because like right now, everything in
Not
front of
touching
you,
the leather.
everything in front of
I
you
changed my mind.
more than like 5 feet is heavily obscured. You're kind of walking through, like, I'm not sure if this would translate, but I feel like in like a butcher's room, there's like these like heavy plastic sheets, and there's like always these like strandy,
All the meat hooks and stuff.
Yeah, so it's very much like a butcher room type vibe.
Is it like Butcher's room but in Shelob's lair?
Yes, exactly.
That's exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not sure how to best proceed given the way you've described this tight passageway. A butcher's room full of human leather and cobwebs.
Welcome to Grimdark, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be really good to have like if one of our party members had like a familiar or something, so we'd just be like, hey, go on.
Go ahead.
Harold's got an idea, because there's these strips of leather that are like hung up from the ceiling. If Farrell were to like cut down the leather would it make the ground easier, like walking, if there was like then like leather strips on the ground as opposed to like cobwebs that we were walking over?
He's gonna just like machete his way through this human skin leather.
Is this you saying that you're going to do it, or are you talking about it?
Let's go do it.
Because... It sounds like a solid enough plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hacking through the leather is slow, but it is reasonably effective. You're the one going first, and you're chomping through leather and webs as you make your way down this passageway, and you can see that you have eventually gotten to the area where this chamber opens up. Still in front of you, it's mostly obscured through these horrific blinds, but are you changing anything now that you have reached the chamber, or are you just still hacking away?
I might want to clear out a little bit of a space around the entrance to the chamber, maybe 5 to 10 feet of space as we enter in the chamber, and just to give ourselves a little bit of breathing room where we're standing, where we're not with skin, human skin up against our faces and stuff.
Cool. So we'll say that's how much you've managed to clear out. And then is everybody following close behind Farrell in this?
I think I would be happy to follow that. I'll stick myself in there.
I'm at the back because I'm a little bit hurt right now.
And Valtina, are you at the back, or are you between Bobby and Vrast?
I'm gonna go back.
All right. Well, I'll go up after Bobby then.
In case anybody gets stuck in webs again. And I think the skin is gross. So.
Yeah.
You're not Ross.
So what's the plan?
I'd like to try and after waiting for a moment, but as the skin hits the ground or whatever, right? Just try and wait for a little bit of silence or something, and try and see if I can detect anything, perceive.
Make me a perception check.
Also
that would be a 15.
So
either hear something or see something.
So you actually matched exactly this guy's stealth check, and he rolled with advantage. So congratulations on that. I say congratulations when I really mean bummer, because I wanted to stab you in the back. But you see movement off to your left, and you see this huge spider-like creature slowly moving apart the leather blinds. He sees that you see him, and he dives at you with these daggers. Everybody roll me initiative.
Oh my god,
baby.
Oh my god.
Can you open up the chamber?
This is all you can see.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you'll be able to see this guy when Farrell interacts with him, but everything else is heavily obscured for the moment.
Ready?
Cool.
Just let the dog out.
Who
Yeah, you
let
got
the
enough time
dogs out?
It was
I
me.
got a 21.
Yeah, I got 21 too.
I got 12.
You've rolled 21 for initiative so many times today, VJ. Bobby, what did you get?
16,
16.
which I also rolled in my last initiative, I think.
Well done, everybody. So this skinweaver was going to get a surprise round on you, but he did not, because Farrell was very perceptive. So you, Valentina, from the very back of the cavern, you hear Farrell being like, "Oh, there!" and you see rustling in the leather curtains off to his left. What do you do?
Leather curtains. Sounds so innocuous when you say it like that.
In the people curtains.
People curtains, yes.
Sounds disgusting. So wait, I can't see it, or can
Yeah,
see
so
it?
he Farrell has drawn attention to this thing that was trying to ambush you, and you are able to see it.
Okay. It's fire bolted, baby.
I'm going to say that you'll have
Can I
to
reach it?
make your way through your party members, which you can do with your movement, but you're going to have to enter the chamber to get a clear shot at this.
So you can move ahead with this if I'm not allowed to point this out, but I think when we learned about the skinweaver in the last round, we had learned that one of the things we learned about the skinweaver was that it had a fire resistance.
Oh,
or am I imagining that?
you did learn that.
So Val would know that too, right?
You know what?
You would've filled
I'm
us
going to
in
say
once
that
we
seeing
got-
as you remembered that, which I'm impressed at because you never remember anything from our previous session, we'll say that's what you had discussed when you initially, like, you guys shared all the information that you had about the Skinweaver when you.
Oh, like you tell me.
Yes, yeah. So
Yeah.
this guy does have fire resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna move. I'm just gonna assume that everybody's moving in. So I'm just gonna go last and just wait till everybody goes in.
Okay, hold
You're
your
deferring your turn.
Yeah, like I'm not like super eager to like get to the front and like attack this thing.
Okay, Vrast, it is your turn.
All right. I'm also. I don't really want to go into the cavern, but I would like to attack it.
It does seem to be coming at me right now. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll change its plan if somebody else hurts it before I do, but that's
Can I sneak into the cavern?
I'm gonna say roll me a stealth check. Well, like there's enough people curtains around that you can probably hide behind something.
17 for
Okay.
stealth.
So you make your way into the cavern, very, very stealthily. As you get within 10 feet of this thing, its head snaps around to you. And you would now know, based on its reaction, that it has blind sight while you're touching these, like, web areas.
Ah, shit. Okay.
What else are you doing on your turn?
Is it engaged in combat with Farrell yet?
It hasn't attacked, but like it is like it's coming at him with knives.
It
looks like it's
within
in
5
melee range.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's within-
It is within
Okay.
5 feet.
So I'm gonna use my short bow to fire a shot at it.
Cool. Go ahead.
That is a 24 to hit.
That's definitely gonna hit.
And
That misses.
yeah, we're all in big trouble if that misses. That's 16 damage.
Cool. So yeah, bolt lands into it. It turns to you with this like fucking like fangs dripping with venom. But while this does have like a bestial appearance, it's wearing like an immaculate suit of leather. People leather, but leather nonetheless.
Yeah, I had to zoom in to realize that was a collar. I thought it had like little arms out going. Way. But yeah, no, it's actually its collar.
Okay, Bobby,
That's
it's your
my
turn.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. You mentioned about it having blind sight. Is that just means that it doesn't need to see you to know you're there?
Yes, I actually
Essentially.
wrote an article about that today, which is funny.
Is it up yet?
It is up, so I'll drop it in the description if you want to read more about blind sight.
Cool. Well, I won't spoil the surprise then by talking any more about it. I'm gonna see how the Skinweaver feels about some psychic damage, I guess.
Cool.
So I whisper a discordant melody.
And he is going to make a wisdom save. You got a 19 plus
Damn.
1, so 20.
No, it's good. He's going to take. I got 3 fours, so he's going to take 12, so 6 psychic damage. He doesn't need to run away.
Cool.
But I did roll. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to mention that the Skinweaver has a feature called Shocking Visage, where if you start your turn within 30 feet of it, you must make a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the end of your next turn. But that was also something that you had learned during your conversation with the Tannery. So you have all prepared yourself for this Skinweaver's Shocking Visage and don't need to make those Wisdom saving throws.
Okay, cool.
So, sorry, you were doing something else on your turn, Bobby?
I can't remember what it was now. So, no, I think the Bardic Inspiration I chucked these guys earlier lasts 10 minutes, which I think if you went through everything we've done so far, maybe means that they still those Bardic Inspiration points.
We'll say you guys still have Bardic Inspiration, even though it's been an hour of
Let's go
real life game. Okay, so that was Bobby's turn. Farrell, it is your turn. This thing is bearing down on you with its knives.
You really are an ugly one. Farrell steels himself and takes a deep breath and is sort of trying to just stir his fighting spirit. So I'm going to use the bonus action fighting spirit to give myself advantage on weapon attack rolls, and also giving myself 5 temp HP.
Oh, very cool.
Right, for this turn. So now I'm going to swing my greatsword at this guy with advantage. Okay, does a 15 hit?
15 does not hit. Was that your roll?
Well,
with
that was the higher of the 2 rolls. So I've got a Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
But I already asked what the result was.
Oh, no, I don't care. Go ahead and roll that.
Okay. Throw a D6 on there.
Just don't roll 1. There you go.
I rolled a 6, so that's
Cool.
a 21 to hit.
Great sword attack hits.
Great sword attack hits. Fantastic. And we're going to swing here. Okay, one of those was a 1, so I can re-roll that. Right now I've got a 4 plus 3 plus another D6. Re-rolled another 1. Okay, still 8 damage.
Cool.
And I think that's going to be the end of my turn. I don't think I guess I could move. I'll move around him, staying in threat a little bit, so I'm not provoking an attack of opportunity.
If you move that far, you'll be going into the people curtains. So your friends will not be able to see you, but you can still interact with the Skinweaver fine.
Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Sure, yeah, that's okay.
Cool.
I'll be in the skin. I'll be in the people curtains a little bit. That's the end of my turn.
So he is going to turn to you and is going to make 2 attacks with its tanning knife. Wow, he rolled horribly. A 15 and a 12.
Those both miss.
God. He's like, I thought I was going to be a lot scarier than this. And yeah, that is the end of his turn, unfortunately. So we're back up to Vaultina.
Alright. I'm gonna... Oops. And I'm gonna cast... I'm gonna cast infestation.
Okay. What the hell does that do?
A cloud of mites, fleas, and other parasites to appear momentarily on one creature you can see
Okay,
within
Constitution saving throw. He got a 16.
So that saves.
I don't
And
think then anything happens if you
I don't
save
think
because it's just a
anything
cantrip.
happens.
Okay, so yeah, like a bunch of like spiders appear crawling up and down him, and he's just like, "I'm a giant spider." Like I don't know what you thought was gonna happen here. Vrast, it is your go.
I'm going to whip out my rapier and move into melee range and attack him with that.
Okay, go ahead
Alongside
and make your attack.
Ferald. That is a 12.
Gonna miss. Anything else on your turn?
Damn.
Still got
No.
your bardic inspiration.
Oh, but yeah, it's too,
No.
too late.
Go ahead and
I
roll it.
forgot,
Come
I
on.
All right.
Our DM is kind and is bending the rules for us.
I just like when people can.
17.
Wow, that hits. Good job. I just like when people can
Oh my
use their
God.
stuff. You know, like it's.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's more like if you'd remember to use it, like, before knowing the result after rolling, like, a 12 or whatever, you would be like, yeah, okay, like, I would use this.
Yeah, no, it's true. He would have.
That
It was
is
the same
9. My damage rolled extremely poorly.
Okay, 9 damage as you get your rapier in between the folds of its leather. Bobby, your go.
In between the folds of its leather curtains. I'm gonna stick another dissonant whispers out. I'm just gonna make me another wisdom save. Try and save lower than last time though if you can.
Okay, I'll give it my best. 18 plus 1 is 19.
Minus 12 is
So he's going to take half damage.
yes. So, am I doing this? Fuck. So it's gonna be the same again. It'll be 6 damage, 6 psychic damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else on your
Okay.
turn?
That's I guess moving is kind of there's not a lot of point in it currently. So yeah, I'll just that'll
Cool.
do it.
Then, Ferald, it is your go.
Alrighty. Ferald is going to make another attack with his greatsword.
Okay.
And critical fails.
Perfect. Anything else on your turn?
I think Ferald is going to continue trying to move around the Weaver.
Doing a little bit of flanking, I see. Cool. So on the skinweaver's turn, it is going to take an action to disengage and disappear back into the leather curtains. And then you hear a voice that is kind of like marred by these pincers on the side of its mouth, and it's just like this clicking, raspy sound, but it isn't common. And it says, "You have done well to find me here, but not all of you will leave unharmed if this battle continues. If you leave now, I will vacate this lair, and I will go far away, where you will not see me. Do we have a deal? My life for yours."
I say, not without Alexander, our one YouTube commenter. I mean, that boy's dad.
"You may take the prisoner, and I give you my word that I shall not harm this village again."
Sick.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a 12.
Yeah, I mean, like, as much as you can trust these things, like, this thing has its back up against the wall. It knows that you guys are a threat, and the four of you can probably take it down, but it think that it can probably take one of you down with it. So it's offering you a fair trade. The commoner, and it vacates.
I'm pretty injured, so I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
We're monster hunters, not
I was gonna
monster
say.
bargainers.
Yeah, I was going to say pretty much the exact same thing. Yeah, the only way I could see it kind of tactically would be that we could take Alexander to safety and regroup and come back. But no, I'm game to just try and finish off. I'm happy. Bobby's happy to keep fighting. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What about the rest of the group?
Farrell's definitely happy to keep fighting.
What say you? All right. So then, you guys.
Looks like we're gonna keep fighting. Then I'm.
All right. So that was its turn. It is currently heavily obscured from you guys. You cannot see it, but like based on the like movement of the curtains and stuff, you can make attack against it. It's just with disadvantage. Keep in mind that it can see you while it's in the leather curtains.
Okay.
How does disadvantage work if I'm casting at it?
So if you're casting an area of effect spell, we'll say that like you know you're just targeting a general area and you can kind of see where it is, so it'll probably impact it. But if it's a spell that you have to see the target of, you won't be able to cast it because you don't have a target.
Oh, okay.
So Val, it is your go. What would you like to do? Like a firebolt or something would just be done with disadvantage.
Yeah, because I can't see. Yeah, okay.
Cool. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. 10.
10 is going to miss. Anything else in your turn?
I move. And I like go here.
Cool. Frast, your go.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire, which is a drow spell. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. Your choice. So I'm going to say violet.
Okay.
Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it. And the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
That is a 15 dexterity saving throw.
It passes, so yeah.
Good try, Drow. You should worship me.
Never.
I'm
gonna back up to the mouth of the cave and try and hide in the area that Farrell has cleared.
Just like lying down and like covering yourself with leather. Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
That is a 16.
Okay. Bobby, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't see it, so
You could do like a shatter, and that like you know the general vicinity.
I'm out of second.
Ooh.
I'm out of second level spell slots.
randomly fire a crossbow into the curtains.
Yeah. I could. It's gonna have. It still has its turn to go in this initiative, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I still have a use of blur I could use on myself to make sure I don't get hit. But I don't mind the idea of a random crossbolt. So yeah, fuck it. I'll go for that.
All right, make an attack with disadvantage.
Okay. So it's gonna be 14 is the lower.
That's gonna miss. Ferald, your go.
Okay.
Okay.
So Ferald is gonna run.
Charles always has a plan.
Ferald's gonna run
That's what
into
we're
the you know, towards where he saw the thing run off to.
Okay.
But because I'm assuming that this is all still difficult terrain, or is this not difficult terrain?
I'm not sure if it's difficult terrain or if it's just obscured areas.
Okay.
I'm
like
just going to call this
okay.
Heavily obscured. It's not difficult terrain.
All right. Well, you tell me if you like the sound of this.
Okay.
I want to use like an attack action to try and shear all the leather like people curtains in an area around myself rather than using an attack against the skinweaver. I'm basically trying to like reveal parts of the more of the room as I go.
The leather has an AC and HP, so go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Okay.
The leather?
Does a 7 hit the leather?
7 does not hit the leather, unfortunately. So you try your best to like get enough momentum to swing around, but you just can't seem to do it. You know, you can't get enough momentum to cut through the leather. And now you're standing in the leather with this thing, and it's going to make 2 attacks against you with advantage.
Oh, that's not good.
First one's a crit. Second one is a 19.
Yeah, those both hit.
Okay, so that is going to be 6d8 plus 4 damage.
In total?
Yeah,
Or
in
just,
total.
just the first attack.
No, that's total. So
that's the damage before the crit hits. Yeah.
15 plus 14. So 29 plus 4 is 33 damage. So, yeah, you just hear Ferald's like, I will go and try to cut the leather. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that went particularly well for Ferald.
I'm just like, I told you guys we should have got the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that is seeming like a good shot.
So the skinweaver says, I have my dagger to your friend's throat. If we continue this, he dies.
There's other monsters.
Yeah.
We can hunt other monsters, maybe not this monster.
You can take your villager and go.
Seems like a fair monster.
I say we take the deal.
I say we take the deal.
But
Did you say but?
leave me one of the villagers. I'm hungry.
Uh-huh.
You didn't say that in the original deal.
Yes,
we
but the
can't
deal
do
has
that.
changed.
In the last 5 minutes.
Yes, I have the upper hand now.
He's gonna kill Ferald. What are we gonna do, guys?
Well, he wouldn't be offering us this deal. I'm sorry, I'm being me and not Billy. He wouldn't be offering us this deal if he, didn't still think that there was a good chance we might, kick his ass. I say let's fuck him up.
After you, sir.
I'm unconscious, so like I don't think I have a vote in this right now.
No, yeah,
you guys just figure this out yourselves.
I guess he is threatening to properly like kill Farrell. Like
yeah, so
no death saving throws.
you know that he has 2 attacks, and if he uses both of those attacks and hits, then he does critical damage, and critical damage is 2 failed death saving throws. So he gets advantage on both those hits. If he hits with both of them, he does 2 crits, and Farrell is dead forever.
But that was the end of his turn, so we
yes,
the three of us would have
you have Val, Vrast, and Bobby to try to do him in, and like you're right, Bobby. Like,
is he bloodied?
Yeah, you can do him in 3 turns, but like this is a risk.
Oh well, Bobby's all about risks, so.
Okay, well, Val, you see that Vrast. Val, you see Vrast is like looking very hesitant. Bobby is looking very stubborn, sticks his jaw out. What are you doing on your turn?
Can I like charm him?
If you're holding back like a big blast spell, this is the time to let it go.
I don't have a big blast spell. Not without like. What is this guy a spider?
Yes, he is a spider, but he has resistance to fire damage.
That's
like
all
those spiders.
Fire damage.
One. Okay, so looks like we lost Charles, but he's unconscious anyways, so you know that kind of works. Val, you said you were going to Burning Hands.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Well, he's going to make a dexterity saving throw. He got an 8.
Cool.
So go ahead and roll your damage, and he's going to be resistant to it.
So I got 13.
13. So he's going to take 7 damage. He's on the ropes for sure. But you do unfortunately have to hit Farrell as you send that blast in. So he has 1 failed death saving throw. Vrast.
Awesome.
I'm gonna fire with my short bow. I'm stealth, so I get advantage, but I can't see him, so I get disadvantage. Does that mean it's just normal?
It's just normal advantage.
You know what? I'm gonna say that unfortunately, like seeing as you can't see him, like the advantage you get cancels out, so it's just disadvantage. I will say, if you want to try to get advantage, you could try to like worm your way into the leather curtains, but who knows?
Is he not on fire since he just got burning hands? Can we not say that?
He is not on fire. No.
I rolled a 13.
13's gonna miss. Bobby, it's your go.
Okay, looks like there's not much chance.
Shut up, take a big deal.
So yeah, it's really my dissonant whispers haven't been really going down very well, and I only have 1 left. It's either that or just going with like a crossbow or something.
A dissonant whispers would cause him to disengage with Farrell.
That's true if he fails, but he keeps fucking rolling like
he rolled like a 19 and a
stuff.
20, so like it's not like he has a huge plus. He just rolled really well.
Okay, that's good. He's not the wisest man in town.
No, he's not. A wise man.
It's not very festive of him. All right, I will dissonant whispers. Roll me your wisdom. Show me how wise you really are.
He got a 13.
Cool. So prepare to be very scared. So you can take the full whack of 12 damage this time round.
We don't even need to do the disengage. That is exactly the health he had. So you hear, "Fine, this is how it is." After the blast of fire gets sent through the curtains, Vras lets off a desperation crossbow bolt, and then Billy, you see a flickering in the curtains as this guy goes down to slash Farrell's throat, and you hit him with a dissonant note. You see he straightens, like back tensing, eyes rolling up into the back of his head. Blood starts draining out of its eyes, and then just falls back down.
As a final indignity, he shits his pants.
Okay, so the skinweaver has fallen down dead, and you guys are able to now take your time and explore the rest of the lair. We're just going to clean this up quick because Alex has a stop half an hour ago, so we're going to blow through the ending of this. So you guys are able to explore the rest of the skinweaver's compound after it is good and dead. You find Xander in this back cave, and he is it's funny, the one guy that commented, and he has a pretty gruesome experience right now, but he is strapped to a table and has had pieces of his flesh like skinned off of him, but he is in well enough health that he's able to walk out alongside you guys. You rescue his wife as well and the captured sheepies and bring them all back to the town of I'm blanking on it again. Sableford, where you are reigned in the day as the heroes. You know, like this town thought that their grim horrors were going to continue, but you guys showed up and you were a light in the dark, and that's what this town really needed. And we'll discuss the salvage that you guys were able to collect from the skinweaver, the Spirathar spiders, and the Morbus kobolds, and we'll discuss that via Discord this week, and we'll come back next week with an idea of the gear that you guys got from your upgrades, and you also all level up to level 4 for next time as well. So very fun, exciting stuff. That was a very successful monster hunting campaign. Farrell almost died, but you guys managed to save him at the very last second. And yeah, I'm excited for next time, where you guys are going to fight an even bigger and badder monster.
Ooh.
And thank you for. Oh, sorry, Chris, please.
No, I was gonna say. I imagine that each time they will scale up a little bit and become slightly harder to.
Slightly bigger and slightly
it
badder.
would be weird if, like, the next time it scaled down, it was just like, it's just like, oh, this guy's not hard at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave it a like. If you really liked it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel for more content. If you leave a comment below, my Zoom call just got screwed up again because Charles is back.
Hello.
If you liked this video, leave
guys.
a like. If you really liked it, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, we'll see you next time with some more Lairs of Etharis.
Arcane
Say bye.
Eye.
Bye.